Hello, welcome to Studio Nicole. I am Nicole and I'm so glad that you're here. I am getting back into my 100-day journal and I am very behind. I don't know where we actually are in the 100 days, but I'm probably like 20 days behind, maybe even more. I don't know. I don't want to check. I am back on days 51 through 55 since I have been doing 5 days at a time and just doing a single page. That's what I'm working on right now. And I'm starting in my journal that I have got some bleed through from the page before. So my background is going to be, um, I decided on my background techniques page, I decided I'm going to do number 16, an ombre gradient blend. And I just want to figure out what color to use because if I jump ahead to the focal image, I am going to do a geometric abstract focal shape. And I picked that because I have these offcuts on my desk right now from another project where I was just making these watercolor cards. Um, and so I kind of like this. Um, I kind of like this as a geometric abstract focal shape. It's not exactly geometric, it's kind of like a rainbow. But I sort of like it. So I was thinking I could kind of bump it up. I've got some foam tape. I could bump it up so it sits off of the page a little bit. And the background then I want to be something contrasting but that goes well. So maybe I'll go with this like blue. Because the blue tends to work really well with this. So that's what I'm gonna do. I decided blue is my background color. This is my abstract focal shape. Um, I spend maybe like 2 minutes before I hop on camera going through these prompts and trying to find ones that will work well together and kind of giving myself like a blueprint. Maybe I don't plan it out exactly, but definitely a start of what I would like the page to look like. So now I'm going to pick out some blues, and I don't want to do watercolor because I've already got this background seeping through from this page. And so watercolor is not going to cover that up very well. But I do have some, I'm looking for like a light blue. I don't really have a light blue. All the blues I have are very dark. This is a silver. That might be interesting to like ombre with silver. Especially with this being almost like a rainbow, if I could do like a sky kind of in the background, maybe I'll do that. Just gonna see how it works. I don't really have, I kind of think about how the pieces might all work together, but I don't necessarily plan it out exactly. I just give myself, let's see, this one is darker. Let's start with this one along this corner edge. Maybe I need some paper behind this. Here we go. Great. I just got some paper so that I can do this. And I do tend to forget that this paper is very absorbent and it just soaks the color right in. So I do need to remember that I have very limited blending capacity on this paper. It doesn't blend easy. It just soaks it right in. Yep, that's exactly what it does. Okay. So I got the darker blues, and now I'm gonna start up in this top left corner with some silver. I should clean my brush off. So I start with maybe I just grab a clean brush. Is this one clean? Probably not. Yeah, the silver does not cover up the background. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I was thinking it would, but it definitely does not. Hmm. All right, I am trying to extract my gesso. Let's do this. Let's mix some gesso into the mix here. I'm just going to put it on the page. I'm kind of in across this middle bit. So now I have like a silvery white up here in the corner. And then we have some white fading into blue down here. And it looks a mess right now, and that is okay, right? I'm sure I'm not the first person you've heard say that there's always like an ugly stage where you're looking at it and going, I don't know about this. So just keep going, push through it, um, keep adding layers, see what happens. You never know. You never know how it might turn out. Give yourself some grace. Now that there's some gesso on here, let me see if I can blend this. Oh, that blue is so much more vibrant. Definitely not very ombre. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of paint. Oh boy. I wonder if I can scrape some of this back in. That is a lot of paint. I know it doesn't look like much on the screen. It just looks like a little blob, but oh, well, it's very dark. All right. So that part of the ombre is like working better. Right now I just need to get up here where the white is and get this to blend a little better. I mean, this is definitely progress. It's better than it was. All right. One last little bit of white up here. Oh, too much blue. Too much blue on my. Let me see if I can get my paintbrush clean enough. I feel like there's just blue that's gonna seep through no matter what I do. And I'm gonna try to get some undiluted white up here in this corner and blend it down. Okay, I think that looks pretty good for an ombre background, right? We've definitely got some bands of color. I just added some like stripy lines in there. I think it gives it a little bit more texture, makes it look a little bit like a sky, which was my intent actually when I first said I was going to do this. Now I have a ton of paint blobbed out on the top of this that I don't think I'm going to be able to get back in here. So rather than let that dry on top of my paint thing, I'm going to grab my palette book and just flip to an empty page. Gosh, where is an empty page? There. That one's all torn up. Okay, here we are. And I'm just gonna paint some of this blue on here. And I don't know what I will use this for in the future. I do not know. Um, the joy of a palette book is just not wasting your paint and then letting yourself be inspired at some future point to do something else with this. It kind of gives you like a nice starting point. In some far future date, I'll be able to use that page for something. All right. I am going to pause this so that I can dry the background before I move on to my next step, which is going to be the mark. I'm pretty sure it's the mark making one. Mark making techniques, and I said that I wanted to try doing this pattern bands across the page. So I need this to be dry in order to be able to do that. Okay. So my page is dry and I can remove my underpaper now. And I think what I want to do, I was initially envisioning bands that kind of go like this way across the page, but I don't want to break up this pretty ombre effect. So I might do my bands kind of going down the side of the page and then having this sort of float over top. How do we think? I kind of love it. I honestly, okay, folks, really, if I weren't doing the 100-day project, I might just let this float right here in the middle of this page and just call it. And that would be like the whole page. I just really love this by itself. But I'm going to keep going and I'm going to push through and I'm going to see if I like it. And if I don't, I can always do something like this on another page in another journal. I'm just trying to here's what I'll do. Let me find my phone. I'm going to take a picture just like this as an inspiration. Excuse me while if my phone gets in the frame. Okay. All right. I'm taking a picture of it just like this because part of me wants to really leave this alone, but I'm going to push through and keep going. Hold on 1 second. I don't know if that was loud in the background or not, but it was driving me crazy. So, and it was getting closer. It's my robot vacuum going off in the afternoon. What pen do I want to use? What do I want to use? 0.7. Let's try this. Faber-Castell 0.7. I'm not sketching this out ahead of time, so hopefully I won't ruin it. Oh, this pen is not going to work on this. Maybe I need a brush pen. Let's try the. Now I really don't want to ruin it. Okay. I'm going to leave that as it is. And I'm not going to go very far in, but I do want to start adding patterns in between. And now this part I might, I will probably speed this up. I'll kind of come down a little bit closer so you can see a little bit better as I'm doing it, but I'll probably just fast forward through this part. Okay, so here's what I've got. I'm just writing down, just took a second to write down the timing so that I would know when to pause the speed up the recording. Here's what I've got. I have these pattern bands running down the page. Instead of going across, I did some going down. I don't know if I like it as much as with the plain blank background, but we'll see, you know. The next thing that I want to do, text and captioning, number 66, word cloud background. And what I am thinking as I am doing this is maybe I will do the word clouds in these in between sections, and maybe I'll do white to counteract the black. So I should have, hopefully, somewhere a white gel pen. I actually have several of them back here if I can find one that works. These are the Uniball Signo, which I do have the best luck with. Again, I will probably speed this part up so you don't have to watch the whole thing. So I will be back in another few seconds. Here's what I ended up with, and I just did kind of a word cloud. The idea of a rainbow, kind of like free association. I went from rainbow to a pot of gold to making a wish to like all the ways that we try to sort of chase our dreams and wish for things to come true. So that's what my word cloud is about. I just wrote lots of things about wishes and pots of gold and rainbows and genies and lamps and chasing your dreams and so on and so forth. I don't love the idea of centering this now because it just kind of looks sort of weird. So I might pop it over here on the side instead. I don't know where I want. I might just pop it over here, just like that. I think I still want it to kind of be raised. Uh, And then the other element that I was going to include, there's one other thing because it's 5 days with 5 techniques. The other thing was, which one was it? It was number 52, a found object. So that would be mixed media and layering. Number 52, found object accent. Oh, I need this. I have a whole collection of look at all these pens on my desk at this point. So I've got a whole pile happening here. Okay. The found object that I thought I could use, a random thing, is just this. It's a square, black square paperclip. I found it in the most random place when I was cleaning out my studio recently. I have a whole box of them, but I don't know how this got into this weird place where I found it. And so I had pulled it, I just set it on my desk when I found it so that I could put it away. And obviously I didn't put it away. And now it's just sitting here. And then when I was reading through the prompts and I saw a found object, this kind of caught my eye. And with the geometric and the color palette that I have, I do think that it's a great addition to the page. I just am not sure how I want to use it. Like, I kind of would like to just clip this on and have maybe that. Is that like all I'm gonna do? Is just like clip on, but it looks so unfinished like that. Like, it just doesn't look like it's like meant to be. It looks like I just stuck it there accidentally. So I don't know. Not accidentally, but like as an afterthought. Do I like it here? I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Do I want this just on the page? I wasn't really anticipating the page to be this like blank or to turn out quite like this when I did it. I don't know. God, what do we think? Do I think I still want to use this as my found object? Do I want to try and think of something else I could use instead? Um, I'm not sure what else I'd really have to maybe do some digging for something that's like found. This definitely speaks to me. What can I do with it? I'm thinking about like stitching it on here and then it'll look a little bit more intentional. And stitch it sideways. Do I want it to hang down from here? If I had multiple ones, like if it was like I could totally do like a little bit of like trim that like hangs down or something, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of stumped on this one. I mean, I like it sideways better than like straight. I like that a little bit better. Why is this? This is just, oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, hold on. Let me flip it over so that instead of seeing the whole square, we're just seeing like part of it. Do I like that better? I don't know. I like that on the back, but I don't know that I like it on the front. Like I like that against the white, but I don't think I like it with this already on here. I thought this was going to work, and I'm just not sure if it is. Do I want a different? Do I want a different piece of artwork? It's too blue, I think. I mean, it kind of worked. I do like the longer one better. This one's got, no, it's too messy. This one's got some words in it. I don't love this circle pattern, really. It still feels like, oh, you know what I could do? What if I do two of them? What if I do this on top of this and I use this to kind of hold them together? And then I've got like layers. Ooh, okay. I like it. I like this better. Um, but I think what I want to do then, if I'm gonna, I want it to be like, no, I'm just gonna layer it. I'm just gonna layer it. I'm gonna clip it in. I'm gonna clip it sideways like this, off to the side, a little off center. I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna leave it just like that. I think that's what I'm gonna do, just like that. And I'm gonna bump this up on some double-sided tape. Dun, dun, dun. Sometimes you just have to experiment, right? And be open to trying different things and seeing what happens. It's not what I thought it was going to be, but this might not be sticky enough. I might have to add a little bit of glue. I have made a mess out of this. So the first parts that I pulled off were not sticky. Like this is not sticky at all. I mean, it's a little tiny bit sticky, but mostly not. But this one is like massively sticky. So apparently it just had lost some of its stick. So I'm just gonna put a little bead of glue down the end of that. All right. I've got both pieces layered and I'm gonna put them, if I center them on the page, they still overlap a little bit over here. So I like that. I like the dimension that I'm getting from the tape. I think I might even layer a little piece of tape underneath this top one just to create visually the depth so that the two don't get like squished together, so you can tell that they're two pieces layered on top of each other. So yeah, that's it. That is my page. It's definitely different from other pages that I've done in this series, but I think it's I think it's pretty nice. I still think I maybe would have liked it better with just the background, but I can try that out in another journal on another page. And I'm pretty satisfied with this and how it worked out. So, okay. All right, folks, this was day 51, 52, 53, 54, and 55 of the 2026 100 Day Projects. And I am slightly less behind now than I was 41 minutes ago. All right, folks. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope that you're having a good time here on my channel. Please like and subscribe to let me know if you are enjoying yourself. Follow along for more artsy fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much, guys.